Welcome back, guys. So in last video I was talking about how you can do cloning and what are the differences. You can see that when you call for equals method or when you call for equal operator, right? So in this video we will try to understand how cloned object will change the data of the original object, right? So as I was mentioning, we have an employee class. This guy implements clonable interface, right? And this guy overrides clone method. And as we know that when you override clone method, it throws class not supported exceptions. And this is the default implementations of the clone method, where you just call super.clone will give you the one copy of the object of type object. So you need to typecast to the particular class for which you want the object. So I'm typecasting to the employee. Okay, so this here when we override, right, you will get one copy of employee object, fresh copy, and it will copy this field one by one and it will give you one copy of the object. Now this class also has the reference of other class. This class also has the reference of other class. So when you perform this clone method on this class, it will copy everything, which means it will copy the reference also. It will copy the reference also. It will not go and copy the field of the department. No, it will just copy the reference. Okay, it will just copy the reference. Now department has two field. It has one parameterized constructor and it has getters and setters. Get set, nothing else it has, right? So when you perform clone method here, it will copy the reference of the department. Now this department is not implementing the clonable interface and it is not overriding the clone method, which is absolutely fine, no problem, because we want to see the shallow copy now. So when you go to test clone one method, that's where we are testing it. So here what we have one department object and one employee object. So why we are making department object here? Because you know that employee class will have a constructor which has three argument, id, name and department object, because with this three local field, constructor field, we are going to initialize the class field. So we need to supply the department object in this constructor, right? So for that we need to have one department object. Yes, we are making the department object and we are supplying here. Now I am just calling the clone method. Calling the clone method. So I'll do two things here for your understanding. Okay, this original object I will do dot hash code. I will tell you like why I am saying that. What happens when you create a cloned copy, right, for the employee, and what happens for the reference. So I will go here and I will create original dot get department. When you make a call, basically this will give you the object of department, right, because we have getter and setter. So when you basically create the object of the employee, the moment you create the object of the employee, press control, click on this, your department object will get initialized. And you will get the object copy when you make a get call. I will show you in the debug mode also. So do a hash code, yeah, correct. And then why I am calling this, just to show you the difference. And this is the cloned. Okay, so I am printing the object of the employee, the hash code of the employee, which is nothing but memory address, and then memory address of the department. I will just blindly first run that before explaining anything. And I am not going to focus below report. I am going to focus only this. Okay, so if you look at here, the first two, when I say original dot hash code and clone dot hash code, the first two has different address. Okay, because on the employee we are overriding the clonable interface and we are implementing the clonable interface and we are overriding the clone method, whereas in department we are not implementing clonable interface, we are not overriding the clone method, so address remains same. Even the cloned object will have the same address what original has. which means both original and cloned is pointing to same department object, right? It is pointing to same department object because address is same. Clear till here? Now that is the reason when if you will print the department original dot get department dot get name, because department has a getter and setter, get name and set name, so I can call that, I'm calling that original dot department dot get name, then clone dot department dot get name. What will happen? Both name will be same, department name will be same. So till here there is no problem at all because I am just trying to print the data. Now what I will do, through cloned copy I will go and I will change the department name to the finance. So earlier the department name was admin. If you'll go to the employee and it has a department, okay. Now when I have created the object, I have given department name as human resource. Sorry, it was human resource. In beginning it was human resource. So both your original and clone will have human resource. Now I modify the department in my cloned object. Okay, cloned object, because this is my cloned object. I am modifying the get department. You get me the department object and then set the name. So basically when you do get department object, internally how it works is, when you look at here, cd, just some variable name, press mouse over here, click on create local variable. See, return type is the department object. So when it is the department object, on this I can perform getters and setters, right? I can do a set name, right? I can do set name. Same thing I am doing in the single line, nothing else. Okay, let me remove that. So I am modifying the department name as a finance. So I just modified the cloned. Now what will happen? Again I am calling the department name of the original and department name of the cloned one. Both guys, both will get modified. Both will get modified because if you look at here, both the reference is same. The cloned object and the original object, it is pointing to same department reference. So when you change through cloned, original will also get modified. Now what happened? This is through cloned one. Now what I did, I went to the original object, get department set name. Now I am changing to the through original object, I am changing the department name. So again original also has a get department, which will give you the department object, and then set the name is equal to tset, right? And then print this. So when you print both will get modified, right? Both will get modified. Now this is when you are working on the reference. This is when you are working on the reference, right? When you are working on the reference object, but the actual employee object has different address, right? So since in this employee class you have overridden the clone method, so definitely it will give you one fresh copy of primitive data type, and it will just copy the reference. So basically what happens is, when you perform the clone, all three will get copied. So in the third one, reference is getting copied. Here there is no reference, only primitive data type. So your data will not get modified. Here since it is the reference, through reference we can play with the data because I am getting the reference. Here we are not copying the field, we are getting the reference, right? That is the difference. So now after this I have given one demarcations line. Now look at here, I will just call original dot get employee name. So get employee name, where we have employee we have a here, right? Here we have a employee name. You can see that here you have employee name. So I am just calling the employee name. Cloned and original both has on the both object I am calling the employee name. Then I am changing the employee name in the cloned one, right? So in beginning what was the employee name? If you look at in the beginning, this employee name was admin. The employee name was admin, right? So instead of admin I can do employee name as Mohan. don't keep admin. Okay, so in beginning it was Mohan, and then later I did Sohan. I did a Sohan. Okay, so first I printed the employee name, then only in my cloned object I am setting the Sohan, and again I am making a call get employee on original, and then guys I did one mistake here, put it here cloned, here also cloned, here also cloned. Okay, don't do mistake. In beginning it was correct, everything cloned. So I did original.getEmployee, clone.getEmployee, then original.getEmployee, clone.getEmployee. Then what I did is, so here I changed in the employee name for the cloned one. Here I'll go and modify the employee name of the original one, and I will do here Mohan, Sohan, and here you do Ram. Okay, original only you modified. Now let's run this. See, look at the interesting report. See, this I have already explained. Now what happened, you go from here. So when you are printing original dot department name human resource, because in beginning the department name was human resource, in beginning the department was human resource, so it will be human resource. Then again cloned one also will have the human resource. In beginning, yes, because you did a clone, so both will have the same. Now through cloned you have changed the name is equal to finance. You just changed into the cloned. What happened? Now original department and clone both will get changed to the finance. Both get changed to the finance. And after the finance, in original again you change the name is equal to T sheet. Okay. So instead of that you can do here HR. That is better. Now run that. So what happened? After the finance, you change the original department name. Both got changed. Original also and cloned also. HR. Why? Why it is getting changed? Because the department reference. This is the department reference which I have printed here. Department hash code. Here, this department hash code, right? I can do like this, guys. For your understanding, I can do one plus here and I can print like this, so that you will not have any confusion, because since I am putting effort, I will make sure that you will understand. It's cloned. Okay, now run that, and all the program I'll be sharing to you, so no worry. See, look at here now. Okay, this both the hash code is same, 2462 2462. So when you do any modifications, when you change the cloned and HR, see here your departments are changing. You are playing with the data. Your department is changing. But look at the original object. Look at here. When on the actual employee object, see here, the employee reference was different. Why? Because the employee class was implementing clonable interface and it was overriding the clone method. So here when you did get name, in beginning what was the name here? Mohan, M-O-H-A-N. Name was Mohan. So you got original and cloned one as a Mohan. This original employee name, cloned employee name Mohan. Then in the cloned you change the name is equal to Sohan. In the cloned object you are changing the name is equal to Sohan. So since cloned object address is different, and after changing the cloned object, when you call original.employee and cloned, original will be still Mohan. Original will not get changed, guys. Only your cloned will get changed to Sohan, because employee class has overridden clone method. So you will get one fresh copy of primitive data type. In both the original object and cloned object will get one fresh copy of all the primitive data type, right? Only the reference will get copied, and since department has no clone method overridden, your reference will be the same. Now what happened? In original you modified the name is equal to Ram. So when you make the call for original got changed, but your cloned became Sohan only. Cloned did not get changed. Clone is Sohan only. So with this I am done with shallow copy. In next video I will talk about the deep copy, how we should achieve the deep copy, how none of the field will get modified, in the deep copy. Like only if you will play with the original, original will get modified. If you play with the cloned will get modified. Even for the reference, see here employee class has primitive data type, there is no problem at all, it got copied. But employee also had the reference type, which is nothing but department data got manipulated, everything got manipulated. Why got manipulated? Because both department reference, I mean both original and cloned object is pointing to the same department reference. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for watching this.